All right, let's dive into a story that really gets to the heart of what it means to survive. It's set deep in the jungle, and while it's a tale about resilience, it's really about something even more powerful: the raw, unstoppable force of a mother's will. And it all starts with this. The most primal sound in all of nature: a child crying out for its mother. That one simple plea? Well, it's the spark that ignites this incredible test of strength, courage, and spirit against just overwhelming odds. So, our story kicks off with Chicky, a mother bird who's facing a crisis on two fronts. Outside her nest, there's this violent storm absolutely raging. But inside, there's an even bigger storm brewing: the desperate, gnawing hunger of her two little ones. Now, despite that howling wind and the rain coming down in sheets, Chicky makes a choice that I think every parent out there understands. She just can't sit there and watch her children, Chinku and Pinku, suffer. She has to go out. She has to face that storm to find them food. And with that one stark, almost chilling warning, her incredibly dangerous journey begins. Can you imagine? She's leaving her two small children alone for the very first time, huddled together against a storm that feels like it wants to tear their entire world apart. But here's the thing. The storm, it isn't the only danger out there. As the story continues, we find out that all this chaos has woken something up, something far more predatory. While she's trying to find a little bit of shelter, Chicky hears this absolutely horrifying story from another bird, Tony the parrot. He saw a snake just silently slip into a pigeon's nest, and, well, by the time anyone even knew what was happening, it was too late. For Chicky, this isn't just some story. It's a terrifying preview of what could happen to her own family. And that's the brutal reality of the jungle, isn't it? The storm isn't just a challenge to be survived. It's an opportunity for anything that hunts in the shadows. Suddenly, the world has become an infinitely more treacherous place for a mother just trying to protect her kids. And this, right here, just perfectly lays out the two different battles she's fighting. On one side, you have the raw, impersonal fury of nature itself. But on the other, she comes face to face with intelligent adversaries who are looking at her and seeing only one thing: their next meal. So, faced with what seems like certain death, Chicky doesn't panic. She thinks. She analyzes the situation. She knows there is no way she can win with brute force, so she decides to fight with her mind. She cleverly challenges their egos, pitting them against each other, and in that one moment, she turns their greatest strength, their power, into their greatest weakness. So, Chicky survived the storm, she outsmarts the predators, but when she finally returns home, any sense of relief is just shattered. A new and honestly a more terrifying threat has already found its way into her nest. You see, the threat isn't outside anymore. It's an invisible enemy attacking her babies from within. And look how fast the sickness moves. It starts with one sick child, and then, in what feels like the blink of an eye, it becomes a desperate mother's absolute worst nightmare as both of her babies are consumed by this illness. The doctor delivers the most devastating news any parent could ever hear. He figures out it's a viral infection and then basically admits there's nothing else he can do. I mean, he completely strips away all medical hope, leaving Chicky utterly alone with her two fading children. And this is the absolute climax of the story. With all earthly help now gone, the physical struggle transforms into a spiritual one. Chicky knows there is only one place left for her to go. So with absolutely nowhere else to turn, she flies to this mythical, sacred place in the forest. It's known as the Silent Peak. It's a place beyond predators, beyond the noise and the chaos of the jungle. It's a place where you can supposedly speak directly to the universe itself. And the story really asks this profound question, doesn't it? When the doctors have given up, when you are completely and totally powerless against the forces of nature, where on earth do you find the strength to keep on fighting? And this is her incredible answer. Chicky's voice rings out from that silent peak, but it's not a plea for mercy. No way. It's a defiant challenge. She's not there to ask for a favor. She is there to demand justice. She uses the only power she has left, the profound, undeniable moral weight of a mother's love. She's essentially putting the entire universe on trial, warning it that if her children die, the sheer injustice of it all will stain this sacred place forever. After that, that ultimate act of both faith and defiance, the narrative shifts, and it starts moving toward its powerful and very emotional conclusion.
And it seems the universe answered. Chicky flies back to the nest, not knowing what she's going to find, and she is met with the sound of life. The fever has broken, her children are recovering, her fight was not for nothing.
So, what do we really take away from this incredible story? Well, it's so much more than just a fable. It shows us that a mother's love really is a force of nature in and of itself. It reminds us that real bravery isn't being fearless, it's about acting right through your fear. And maybe, just maybe, the most important lesson is that in our absolute darkest moments, when all seems lost, the simple act of defiance can be the most powerful form of hope we have. And that's really the final thought this explainer leaves us with, isn't it? Is this fierce, unyielding, reality-bending power of a mother's will. Is that just a nice little element for a children's story? Or is it something more? A fundamental force, an unbreakable law, woven into the very fabric of life itself?